You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in the palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. 'Cause I'm the winner, yes. Am I awake or am I dreaming? So far gone, I won't look back. And when I move, there ain't no stopping me. You're pushing me up to the top. I saw the clouds looking angry, but then the sky reached my mind.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. I'm Sharon Campbell, your podcast host today for the Plan to Prosper show, and I have some great news for you. This is week 3. We kicked off 12 weeks of getting past stuff. Why haven't you reached the potential that's inside of you, both professional and personal? And we're going to take these 12 weeks to get you there. So we're asking you to join us every Tuesday because you're going to get something out of the show. The first week, we talked about unleashing your potential, understanding the difference between struggling and success. Sometimes we struggle unnecessarily, and it's due to us. So go to our website, look under the blog, and you can get a blog information on week 1. And it is www.thesharoncampbell.com. Week 2, we talked about designing your best life. You know, if you had time to sit down, or if you take time to sit down and, say, you know what, I'm going to sketch out the life that I want for myself. Not the life that someone else think I should have. Not the life that I think I should have with my family or my friends or my community, but the life that I should have. And what we talked about, it is okay to be selfish as it relates to finding you and identifying what is best for you. Because when you do that, everyone else around you benefits. There's a different types of selfish, I tell people. It is the one where you make people feel bad. You're not being very respectful. But there's another selfish meaning. I need to take time for me. I need to steal away. I need to go somewhere, and I need to sit down, and I need to carve out this type of life for me. One of the exercises that we had you to do was write down on a postcard all the things that's going on in your life. Job, career, family, sorority, fraternity, community work, college, kids, you name it. If it's on your plate and you are doing it, caretaker to your parents, caretaker to a grandparent or a loved one, or you are a single mom and you're 100% responsible for the children at different age groups, different schools. Put all of that down, because what we wanted you to do is look at it, take the postcards and rearrange them to say, oh, you know what should be top priority. And so that's why we've started the 12 weeks. And if you'll follow us on our social media, we have questions that we are asking you every day, a different question to get you to start thinking, how do I do this? I know I have the potential. I know that it's inside of me. It's burning inside of me. It's what I want. You want to put everything inside of you. You want to grow. You want to thrive. Why I'm not thriving? Why am I just existing and not having it? Why am I making all the excuses why I cannot do it? I don't have enough time. I doubt this. That I start with I don't and start with I will. See, every time you put something negative out in the atmosphere or let it settle in your spirit, it stops you from growing and thriving. And that's why these 12 weeks is why we are stuck and we are struggling and not being successful. So this week, we're going to talk about accountability. Using accountability and what it is. If you thought about if I was accountable and really use it, how would my life be different? What would I be doing? And during these 12 weeks, you're going to hear a lot of repeats. You know why? The more you hear it, the more it gets inside of you, the more you actually would do it. And that's what we want to do. Help you execute who you and design the best life for you. And so as we're talking about accountability, have you thought about accountability in this way? Some people say accountability is just a buzzword. No, it's not. It's not a buzzword. It's a word that empowers you to be the best. And sometimes it's hard to do accountability when you have not organized your life in such of a way that it is meaningful to you and that you are making steps every day to the life you desire. Just think about this. If you become and you make a conscious effort to be 110 plus 10% plus another 110% responsible and accountable for yourself. And if you decided that you want to live a different life than what you are living now, you want to own your own home and have to pay for it. The type of home that you wish and you desire, not something that you're selling for, but actually your desire. If you have the career that you desire. Now, saying it is not going to be a cakewalk. You're going to have some obstacles. You're going to have to leave. People are going to keep setting the bar. You're going to have to keep jumping over the bar. But that is life. And sometimes we get tired, but you cannot give up on yourself because that is what they want you to do. You think about athletes. Great athletes practice over and over again. Sometimes the same move, same tennis backhand ball, same golf, basketball, football. Sometimes swimming, chess, just getting focused, blocking out all the noise, all of that social media, all of that TV, and become so centered around this is the life I desire. And I am going to work on it every day until I reach it. That's your goal. That should be your goal in life. Just think about that. Developing your own happiness and wealth in yourself. That people around you can look at you and see that and see how happy you are. And what came to my mind is something that my sister said to me. She says, Sharon, I wish I could be like you. Easy to talk to people, have a conversation with strangers. She says, I look at you and it's as if you've known that person for a long time. And you really just start talking to them because you're standing up there and you're having a conversation. I just believe that you never know what's going on with someone. And your kind act can make a difference in their life. You have to step out your comfort zone to attain what you want out of life. So accountability starts the process. So in this week, we're going to work on accountability. Go to our blog and you're going to download the accountability worksheet and they have an exercise at the very end. Now on the blog, you get all the information that you need about accountability. But at the end, there's some work to be done. So let's talk about that. I'm looking at a question someone sent to me about accountability. How do you become the best version of yourself? Sharon. They wanted to know, how do they do that? And I says, first, you must tap into you. You must write down all the things that you like about yourself. That's right. All the things that you like about yourself. Like. Okay. And when you finish, now turn those pages or a page. Now write down all the things you love about yourself. And that's right. And after you finish that, now write down all the things you like to improve on. See, sometimes we start with the negative, but you start always with the positive. Always with the greatness of you. Because when you get to the things you need to improve in, you'll find the list is not as long as all the things that you like and love about yourself. And when you start comparing them, you're going to find out the things you would like to improve, you will start tweaking. But at least it gives you a basis of accountability to that. And that goes back to the first week when we talk about struggles. See, because you have these gaps, things you need to improve in, it's where you're stuck at and you're struggling. But once you address it and you really truly head it off, I would say as a person, and I think, I hope everyone may feel this way, and maybe some people not, but I feel this way, is that I don't get it right all the time. And it's okay, because I'm always striving to be my very best. I always look at myself to say, how can I improve me every day and be a better me to someone else, to the next person, and how to have a conversation just to wish people a great day, or standing there and see someone do a kind act and compliment them and say, you know what you just did was so awesome. So awesome. I just want to let you know that. You don't know what that will do, not only for that person, but for yourself. Because you be pouring into who you are. And so being accountable is about setting proven goals and using accountability to meet them. Because we struggle, and we're going to struggle through our life. There's going to be hiccups all the time. As long as we're on this earth, we're going to be faced with challenges. And money and materialistic stuff is not going to get you what you are looking for all the time. It will buy things, but will it satisfy that hole in your heart? Have you ever heard that people that win the lotto, and after they win all these millions of dollars, you go back and you look, they are back to where they are. They bought a lot of stuff, but it didn't make them happy. They gained a lot of friends, but when the wealth was gone, the money was gone, the friends and the people was gone. So having clear goals and one or two goals in a period of time, you may have one goal for the whole year, and it may take you the whole year to accomplish that, because as relates to accountability, it may take everything inside of you to be accountable to that. And you can't expect people to hold you accountable. They say, did you go exercise? Did you go exercise? No, you have to say, I need to be accountable for that. And everybody else is my support group to help me through what I'm going through. The other one is embracing ownership. Do you own your stuff? When you mess up, do you own it? When you just don't get it right, do you own it? Do you forgive yourself when you don't get it right? Forgive yourself. You're not perfect. Be real and authentic. When you come with just you, really who you are, and that's why you have to work on that, because you don't want to become pretending you're someone you're not, or try to fake it until you make it. See, when you're trying to fake it till you make it, but you're not living your goals, you're not living your authentic self, you're not being accountable, you don't have a design to move yourself, personal, professional, forward, you're stuck. And you keep telling yourself all these great things. It's like starting something and you stop because of fear. It's hard. We have a list of reasons why we stop. I had to do this. I had to do that. We come up with all of these excuses, but when we start really digging down, it is fear. It's fear of people knowing you don't have what all you say you think. It's fear of people finding out that you're fake, like someone said to me. People discovering that you're not all what you say you are, but you saying that you're faking it till you're making it, and then when they find out, now all your credibility is gone. We want you to stay with us these 12 weeks. And we're finished up at the end of August. And the reason why it's taking 12 weeks is it takes time to build on each one of these principles. It takes time to implement accountability. So you got to do this every day until next Tuesday. We'll give you a different one. And you build on week 1, what we had. Week 2, okay? Week 1 is about move from struggling to success. Week 2 was designing who you want to be. Week 3 is accountability. So it's like doing it over and over again till you add something to it, until at the end you have something on paper that you can do, whether you are a paper person or you have something on your computer that you can actually follow for a given period of time that it come natural. So let's think about when you learn how to brush your teeth. So now it's natural. Every morning you get up, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, you take a bath, you make your bed, you go eat. Things is natural. So the whole thing is um, building these positive habits that's making a difference, and to know that you could start today. You don't have to wait till Sunday. You don't have to wait till Saturday. You ain't got to wait till another day. You can start tonight, making that commitment to yourself. Say, I am accountable 110% to me. And I will start with small baby steps and not look for instant gratification. See, too often we give up when we don't reach what we're asking for. And the time that we put it in there, sometimes our time is unrealistic. So we talking about accountability, we talk about goals, we talk about the inner drive for yourself, and know that accountability is not a buzzword. It is something that you do every day. So you said, so what's the difference in accountability and being committed? We will learn about the commitment next week. First, we need to know about, can you be accountable? Are you going to commit to that? And if the answer is yes, then guess what? Let's do the work. Let's do the exercise. Let's get it done, because the next week we need to build on that. And you could, like I said, go to our website, thesharoncampbell.com. Go to the blog, and you can download all the blogs about the 12 weeks. And they're there 1 through 4. We have 4 already. And every month we'll add to the blog what week it is and the subject matter we're going to cover. Give you that way in advance, so you'll have time to add it into your schedule, because that is so very important. Being consistent. Walking in fear and knowing it's okay. And finding a higher power to walk with you through it. Someone that you can talk to about your most intimate, most deep feelings that you may not want anyone else to know about, because they may go tell. And sometimes that is why we spend so much time, as the old saying, say fake it till we make it, because we don't have anyone else to do that. And I would say to you, be authentic and be real, to grow and develop you, and take ownership of all that is going on with you. Own it. I tell people it's okay to own your good, but it's okay to own your mess also. Because when you own your good and your mess, wow, you can do some incredible things. We're going to take a quick commercial, and we're going to come back and really dig a little bit more deeper in accountability and what you can do to succeed. Thank you so very much, Margaret, our producer of our show. We appreciate it. So we're back to accountability. I'm going to share about this journey, about this 12 weeks that I am taking with you. It is about being accountable. I think accountability it's really have helped me become a better business person every day. When I thought about creating this, I was like, do I need to add something else to my plate? And it kept weighing heavy on me that somebody out here needs this now. They are stuck. They are not reaching their full potential. They are not growing and thriving, and they need someone to walk with them. And I said to myself, I'm gonna do this 12 weeks, even if it's for me, to help me become the better person so I can deliver better services to my clients. Yeah. I remember one day in church, a pastor said to his congregation, a lot of you may think I'm preaching to y'all today. He said, but I'm not. I'm preaching to my own soul today. And when I replay and listen to his sermon, it was so deep that you really, truly got it. It was, I'm going through something and I need to tell somebody about it because I want to get through it in order for me to be the best me after I finish. Not the next day, but after he finished. I need to put it out there. I need to feel it. I need to embrace it. I need to really, truly minister to my own soul. I thought that was so profound because when I was putting this together, that kept resonating with me. You're moving your company into different platforms. And so Mark, our producer of the show, was telling me that we're on other different social media platforms. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So I got to update some of my materials to include that. But you know what that said? You know what? More people will be listening to the content I have to provide to them about growing their business and growing their self professional and personal. And 2 weeks ago, or last week on Monday, Mark and Maxine McCoy, they talked about the content, having something great to say that's going to motivate people. And something that Mark said that was so profound to me, and I talked about it last week also, is your lighting could be bad, but your content can be excellent, and people will stay with you. I thought that was so profound. It just stayed with me that what you have to give is going to change someone's life. Even it may only change your life, that's the life it's supposed to change. If you're looking to build your wealth, and wealth is more than just money, it's your wealth in yourself, you must start talking about accountability to how to do that. You can build wealth and money with accountability. But if your happiness and your inner self is not taking care of you, no matter how much money you have, it's not going to bring you the peace that you've been looking for. And so often we are looking for peace and we think it's in money. But when you start really working with accountability, you're gonna find out it's in so many different forms that it comes. I am being accountable to making sure I work on this great relationship with this person. See, when you decide what type of relationship you want to have with people, and you become accountable to work towards that. You only is working towards that, not only for you, but for the relationship. Now, keep in mind, you cannot control or get someone else to participate in that, because that person has to be a willing person to say, let's sit down and talk about what type of relationship that we want to have, and work on defining that. And it's not going to happen overnight. Oh my goodness, no, it's not. It's going to take time to develop that. But that accountability on both of y'all parts, you will see it blossom. Not only your personal growth, but your professional growth too. And so relationships can be in so many different forms, between mother and daughter, mother and son, husband and wife, friends, community, partners, business partners. It is what is it that you want? And to me, I've really been more intentionally about building relationships, sustainable relationships, relationships that are meaningful. And that is something that I find is very important in my life, so it could be accountable. But I also have to realize, if someone else doesn't want that, I got to like them and love them enough to let them go. See, people will come in your life for a season and have no intention of staying. And we will constantly bring them back. See, they will leave out your life, and you will call them for some fulfilled reason that you need in yourself. But reality, you know that they have left, and that they are not a good fit for what you're trying to do. So when you try to work with moving past struggling to success and designing the life that you want and being accountable, you can't keep going back over there picking an orange, trying to put it in the apple patch. It's just not going to work. The orange and the apple's just not going to get it. So you can't fly like an eagle, and then you want to be a buzzard. Can't have a buzzard, can't fly that high. So if you're going to fly like an eagle, you can't be a raven. You can't say, I want to be an eagle today, a raven tomorrow. Eagle, raven. No. You cannot fly with those. You got to fly with the eagles. And so all of that comes around accountability. So you want to surround yourself with people that's going to elevate you, make you smile, and hold you accountable by just them showing up. And you say, you know what? Because you showed up, I'm going to show up too. Yeah. That is what's going to help you think about being consistent. Consistent about doing something over and over and over again. Then it becomes natural. It's like brushing your teeth, taking a bath. You know, I remember when I was a little girl, we learned our multiplication by heart. We had to use our fingers. We knew them, bam, bam. And as the day, I still know them. I don't have to think about it. It's there. It's ingrained into my systems and everything. And so what I want to leave with you today is that you need to design an accountability statement for yourself and place it around your house. And don't be ashamed. If someone lives with you, your husband, your children, your better half, your spouse, let them say it. They are not invading into your privacy. Matter of fact, they're going like, wow, I didn't know that she thought that way, was thinking that way. That's different because you never shared it with them, and you'll never know how that would change their life. Place it in your car. Put it in your Bible or you're reading material so you can see it. Start allowing it to get so deep inside yourself that it just is untouchable. It will help you stop struggling and inspire others. Inspire others to be the very best that they can be. Inspire them to want to follow you, want to hear more of what you have to say. That they are leaning in to everything you have to say. See, once you start dealing with accountability and you keep showing up and be the role model, others will want to a piece of that. They're going to want to imitate that. They're going to want to be that. They're going to want to tap into that. Consistency, accountability, hands in hands. I'm going to share something with you about what happened to me over the weekend. And then today. And I'm just like, okay. But if I did not have a sense of purpose, I would have got out of my comfort zone into the complaint mode. Number one, the air conditioning motor went in my house on Thursday night. The time they come on Friday to order the part, it was Monday before they can come in. Okay, so that made it was a little warm in here, so I had to go buy a fan. So okay. I love to work. I had this big event going on this weekend with my family for Juneteenth. I had to do a lot of cooking, but I couldn't cook until Saturday morning at 12 o'clock, and I had to open the doors up in order to get the air in to do all this cooking. And then I had to be at the place by 9:30, tired, and I didn't get back home to Saturday night to 10:30. So okay. The garbage disposal motor went. So, okay. I cannot do anything about those two things. Everything is on Monday. Order, it won't be into Monday. I'm like, okay. So now this is Friday without in the air, Saturday without in the air, Saturday night, Sunday without in the air, half a day Monday. They came over and they got it fixed. Today, I walked in my bedroom and the window has fell out of the seal and it's got a crack in it. Right before I'm coming on the show, I'm just like, what in the world? 15 minutes before the show started, the window in the bedroom is out. So I said, okay, I got 5 minutes to try to figure out what I'm going to do. And the more I tried to figure out, it was just like, I said, you know what? I can't do anything about that. I'm just going to move on because I'm accountable to showing up to this show. And I'm consistent enough to know that 15 minutes, I can't fix it. So I just have to worry about it when I get off. And not so much worry about it because I've decided that I'm going to try to figure out how to get it there enough to get through the night. And then tomorrow, I'm going down to Lowe's. But it's about being accountable and being consistent to this audience, to be there. And and thinking about that, I kept saying accountability, commitment, the lifestyle I desire. So let me be accountable be committed so I can live the lifestyle I desire. Meaning I had to be accountable for 12 weeks and committed to these 12 weeks in order to get the lifestyle I desire. So it's 12 weeks, yes. And someone said, that's too long. No, instant, it's not going to happen. So you go into it knowing accountability and instant gratification does not go along quick. Because when you get something right quick, right done, then what? Now you got to figure something else. But when you work at building the foundation and being accountable for it, it makes a difference. And so if you have your accountability statement, like I have around my house, that I have accountability, commitment, lifestyle I desire. And so as I'm looking at this window, I'm trying to figure out about this air conditioning, this garbage disposal, being warm on the weekend and during the daytime and night, I'm saying to myself, accountability, commitment, lifestyle I desire. So I said, if I'm going to get the lifestyle I desire, I got to be accountable because these things happen does not interfere to slow me down for the lifestyle I desire. So there's no need to complain about it because there's nothing I could do but call, ask for help, which is the number one thing, and be okay with this can't happen until Monday. And then what are you going to do in the meantime until that time? And so I'll share that with you because I want you to understand that you do not have to continue to struggle. You could get on this path to success, commit to the lifestyle you desire, design a path, do the work, and know it's not going to be instant. But every day you do the work and you will get there. Commit to reading. Engage in a serious reading group. Google it. Go on Eventbrite. If you Google people that read business, people that read inspiration, people that read self-help. I want to get part of the group that read the Project 1816 with the lady that wrote that. I want to get in that group. I want to educate myself. I want to read. I want to enjoy. I want to have some communication, some thought process behind it. And so now I'm committed to moving that ahead. I want to thank you for allowing me, Sharon Campbell, with the Plan to Prosper podcast show, and our producer, Mark Lee, for allowing us to be part of your Tuesday night. And that we hope on this station, PAR TV, that we bring you something that's meaningful, that you can use, go back and tell others about. We are in 200 countries. We're on so many different social media platforms. And next week, I will have Mark and I work together to make sure you have all of them, that you can find us easily. But right now, you can find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Roku TV, Amazon Fire, and YouTube. But I know that there are a couple other new ones that they have added also. So we'll get that to you because we want you to be able to stay plugged in and be able to grow and develop. So let's recap: accountability, unlocking the power within you today. Do your exercise, which is to write your accountability statement. Place it around your environment, from home to work to back to car, and just breathe it in and just watch your success grow. I want to thank you for tonight, and I cannot wait until next Tuesday when we're going to talk about commitment. Have a very good night and be safe.